Hey YouTube, Garage here, back at it again. Today I'm going to show you a quick video on how to replace your AC compressor on a 2006 Acura TSX. So this is the 2.4 Acura, the VTEC, and it's a very easy process. The first thing you're going to notice is that the compressor down there. So to replace it, we're going to have to do it from underneath the car. So the first thing you're going to do is jack up your car, maybe use a jack stand or whatever you have, but make sure you do it properly and safe. Sometimes I like to put my spare tire underneath if it's a full-size spare or whatever, but just make sure you jack it up, get enough space on the front, and then after you do that, I'm just gonna go through this real quick. It's gonna make a short video. And then after you do that, make sure that your AC compressor or your AC system doesn't have any Freon in it. So make sure all this is empty. Don't release your Freon because it just to the open air, just because it messes up the ecosystem or whatever. So just make sure that you vacuum it properly. In my case, I don't have anything, it's empty. I checked it out by barely pressing the low end and nothing came out. But if you do have some, any shop will vacuum it for free or whatever. So make sure you vacuum that first before you move forward. The next step after jacking up the car, making sure your system is empty, it's removing the belt. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. It's a very easy process, and this is how it starts. Okay guys, so the next step you have to do is removing the serpentine belt, which is very easy. If you see down here, right here, this is the belt tensioner, which we just have to move this, pull this towards the bumper of the vehicle, which is right there. And the process is very simple. I don't have any special tools. If you're like the 99% of the population like me that doesn't have the special tool for that, then this is what you can do. You're gonna get your size 14 wrench. You're gonna put it in here, just like this. Just like that, okay? All right, and then you're gonna get any other size wrench, and then just come in here. You're gonna place it like this. So you're gonna place it like this. You see that? All right, and then you're gonna place down here the size 14, just like that. And now you're just gonna pull forward towards the bumper of the car. As you can see, when I do that, it releases the pressure, and now with my other hand, I can remove the belt. Just watch out, don't get your fingers, and that's it. Then you can remove. Then you can let go the tension, and that's it. Your belt is off. Now we can move on to the compressor. Okay guys, so now come underneath the car, and we're going to remove this plastic right here so we can have access to the compressor. And I'm not gonna go through the process of showing you every single clip, but there's a couple of clips around. There's just like this one. There's a couple more, like there's one in this hole, and then there's one back there, and then there's the same on that side. So you're gonna have to remove them all. Some of them are missing. It depends on your car. Like I'm missing this one, but it's just a bunch of clips. Process is simple. I'm just gonna do one, and then you can take care of the rest. Just get your flathead. Let me focus. Flathead, go in there. Just pop this out just like that. Bring it out with your hands, comes right out, and voila, that's one clip. Now do that times, I don't know, probably like 7 times. I'll put a number at the end, but again, I can't really tell you the amount because I'm missing a couple. So wherever you see that there's that there's some pressure, like there's one right here, see? So just come in here and just take it out. Go ahead and do that with all of them, and then I'm gonna show you what you have to do next. Okay guys, so first we're going to remove the power steering pump. And it's very simple. You're gonna use a size 12 socket. You're gonna remove this, or you can use a wrench or a ratchet, but you're gonna remove this. It's size 12, and then there's one on this side, which will probably use a wrench for this one. And we're not gonna remove any of the hoses. I guess I don't think we have to. But once we remove those two, my goal is to get the power steering pump and just move it to this side so we can have access to the alternator. But let me go ahead and remove that, and then I'll show you what you have to do next. Okay guys, so now that you remove those two bolts, you can get the whole power steering pump and move it here to the side. And now we have access to the alternator. You can also move the reservoir bottle for the power steering, which you can just pull it straight up. See, it was supposed to be there, and then just pull it straight up, put it here on the side. You can play with it, move it to the sides, and you can have some space here. So let's move on to the alternator now. Okay guys, so now that we move that to the side for the alternator, we're gonna still use the size 12. We're gonna remove this right here, that's one. And then there's 2 more in the bottom, right straight through here. I may be able to, I don't think I can show them to you, but there's 2 more. They're really easy to see. It's hard to record with the phone or with the camera. But what I'm gonna do, since I'm gonna take off the compressor, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hose anyways, which is right there. As you can see, I'm already hooked up to the one next to it. It's a size 10. I'm using 2 extensions, my ratchet. So I'm gonna remove this one right here, which is the low end for the AC, for the Freon. So I'm gonna remove that. It usually has a gasket, the O-ring, so make sure you don't lose that. You may wanna replace it as well, but you don't have to, but just make sure you don't lose it. So I'm gonna remove that and get this hose and just throw it to the side. The alternator has a couple of plugs, which it has this plug and then it has this connection right here. I think I can just get it once I remove the screws, the bolts. I can take it off and just put it to the side. So I'm not gonna unplug it yet. If you wanna unplug it, you can. Always good to unplug your battery when you're messing with the alternator. Okay, so disconnect your battery. Just go ahead and disconnect the negative or the positive. Man, disconnect the positive. Disconnect both of them. No, disconnect the positive. No, disconnect the negative. Sorry, guys. And then just disconnect the negative, and then go ahead and remove this. Let me show you what you have to do next. Okay, guys. So I removed that hose. It's right here, as you can see. Remember, your AC has to be drained of any Freon, as I mentioned before. Make sure you vacuum the system before you do anything. Okay. So maybe you can see the two. I'm just getting here. I'm gonna show you. Oh, that's one of them, and that's another. There's 2 of them. They're size 12. It's hard to focus. Okay, they're down there. They're easy. There you go. That's a good view. Okay, so there is some space. You may not be able to use an extension, but there is some space. They're 12. They're size 12. There's one right here also. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one first, and then work with the other 2. My goal is to, when I'm done with those, just kind of bring the alternator to the side, not having to unplug it. But if I have to unplug it, it's not a big deal. There's a press and pull, which this doesn't really worry me. I can do this right now. There you go, press and pull. And then this connection, well, it's usually a size 10. Just remove this little rubber to the side, and you can have access with your wrench and take care of that. So go ahead and do that, and the alternator is going to come out very easy. Okay, guys, so I unplugged the alternator like I mentioned before. Very easy, not a big deal. Came right out, put it on the side. Now we have all this space. There's 2 screws, and they are size, I think they're 10. Let me see. No, they're size 12 still. There's 2 of them up here, which is this one, and then on this side, this one. And then there's 2 at the bottom that we're gonna access from the bottom, the little plastic that we took off the cover. They look very easy if you have the space. You have the space down there. So right now, what I'm gonna do is you can unplug it from here. As you can see, this is the plug for the compressor. It's just one of those push and pull. So I'm gonna push, and the button is here. I'm pushing it, but I'm gonna use both of my hands. Or my right hand, I should say. But, oh, there you go. So just push on the side right here and then pull down. That's it. And now I'm going to remove this, which was already loose, but as you can see, I can do it right now. I'm going to remove this, and this will give you kind of more access to the bolt that is right there underneath, behind the little AC hose. There you go. So I'm going to put this to the side. And then it's this guy right here, which is super dirty. Let me see. Let me clean it, but it's right there. There you go. See that guy right there where my thumb is. There's one guy just like this guy. They're kind of facing down. You may be able to get him. Not really. I looked from the bottom, and the best spot is right here, but as you can see, they're angled upwards. So your ratchet or your wrench, it's gonna have to be at an angle. So I'm gonna use a wrench for now. They're size 12. They're not that in there anyways. But let me remove those 2, and then I'm gonna show you the 2 at the bottom. Actually, I think it's better to remove the 2 at the bottom, because this 2 will hold it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the 2 on the bottom first, and then come back for this one. I'm gonna show you the bottom now. Okay, guys, so I removed the plastic. Like you mentioned before, it's over there somewhere. Now you have all this space. When you come in here, on the side of the compressor. As soon as you come in, you see the compressor, and then remember you can move this hose because it's loose, but the bolts are right there, as you can see in the middle of the video, and right there. And then there's another one on this side, but I think those are easier to remove from the top. You can give them a try from here anyways, but remember they're at an angle, and you won't be able to get that angle from here, I guess, but depending on your tools. But anyways, if you keep coming on this side, man, it's really oily. This car has a crazy oil leak. It's actually coming from here, I guess, the oil leak. But anyways, as you can see, there's one right here, very easy, right there. It's a size 12. And then the other one is right there. There you go, size 12. So those two, I'm gonna remove this two first, and then I'm gonna remove the two in front. Why am I doing it this way? Because as soon as if you remove the two from the top and then you remove this two, the compressor is gonna fall. I mean, it's not gonna fall on you, but it's gonna be hard to hold and remove at the same time. So I can remove this easily, and then when I remove the ones on the top, it's gonna fall, but it's not gonna hurt me, or I'm not gonna be in a weird position where I can't hold it or nothing like that. So go ahead and remove this two, and then remove the two on the top. I'm gonna show you what you have to do next. Okay guys, so now that you remove the bottom ones, they don't come out because of the frame, which is okay. They'll just be really loose, and that's fine. Now you're gonna come up here and remove this two, which is one right there where I'm pointing, and then the other one is behind that hose that you can move around. And they're size 12. The angle is weird. I tried playing with them for a little bit, and it's kind of messy, so I didn't really want to mess it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out this fan, which is just half of it, because there's a fan over there and the fan, so it's not one full fan, it's just one half a fan or whatever. It's not two fans combined, it's just one. But anyways, I messed it up. It's a size 10. So remove this size 10 here, size 10 here. There's a plug that I already unplugged. This easy push and pull right there. You may have to unclip this with your flathead. You may have to. If not, then you can just move the fan to the side. But I'm gonna remove this two. There's also one right here that holds this reservoir. There's also a 10. So I'm gonna remove that as well. This 3, hopefully there's nothing in the bottom. If there is, then I'll show you how to take it off. But I think with this 3, I can pull this up. So let me do that, and then I'll show you what you have to do next. Okay guys, so I removed the fan. I had some issues with this little bolt malfunctioning right there, so I didn't remove it. I just pushed this to the side. I removed this plug from the fan, and also this one, which is just like a little push here and pull out, which this plug is like connected to the frame of the fan. Now I can put that to the side, this to the side. There's a lot of space now, so easily go ahead and remove those two and take out the compressor. I'm gonna see if there's any other issues. Remember, the belt is loose, but it's still around the compressor, so make sure and take it out. I'm gonna also show a diagram of the belt, so whenever you put this back, so just keep waiting for that. But let me take those two off, and let me see if there's anything else that we're missing. Okay guys, so the compressor came out very easy, no issues, no complaints. Just make sure you don't hit your radiator with while you're turning those screws, those bolts. And that's it guys, very easy job. I mean, we had to take a lot of stuff out, but everything was simple. There was no hard screw or hard bolt. They were all size 12. I think maybe a couple 10s here and there, but they came out easily. They were nothing hard, perfect spaces. Taking out the fan really helped a lot. You can do that from the beginning, I guess, since you're gonna do it anyways. That gives you a lot of space to play with everything else, and maybe it helps you removing the alternator quicker. But that's it guys. To put the compressor back, it's the same process but in reverse. Let me show you the image, which I just showed you the image of the diagram, so you can see how to put the belt back. And then if you want to buy the compressor, check the link in the description below, so you can buy the compressor on Amazon. Really good price. They give you a 1-year warranty, great shipping. So that's it guys. Make sure you like this video. Hopefully it helped you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment below, or if you want to just put a thumbs up, that's cool as well. All right, take care.